This video is for general educational purposes only and should not be considered financial advice. Always do your own research before making investment decisions. If you've started learning about options, you've probably come across words like delta, theta, vega, and gamma. Collectively, these are known as the option Greeks. For many beginners, they sound far more complicated than they really are. The good news is that you don't need to understand advanced mathematics to use them. The Greeks don't predict whether a share price will rise or fall. Instead, they help explain why an option's price changes. In this video, we'll explain the four main Greeks using simple examples. By the end of the next 5 minutes, you'll know exactly what each one measures and why it matters. Let's use the same example we've used throughout this option series. Company ABC is trading at $50 per share. You've bought a call option that's currently worth $3. Although you only see one option price, there are four invisible forces affecting it every day. The share price moves, time passes, market volatility changes, and the option becomes more or less sensitive as conditions change. The Greeks simply measure those four effects. Let's begin with delta. Delta measures how much an option is expected to change when the share price moves by $1. Suppose ABC shares rise from $50 to $51. If your option has a delta of 0.60, its value would be expected to increase by around 60 cents. If the share price falls by $1, the option would be expected to lose around 60 cents. The higher the delta, the more closely the option behaves like the underlying shares. For most beginner investors, delta is usually the first Greek they'll look at. The second Greek is theta. Theta measures time decay. Unlike shares, options eventually expire. Every day that passes means there's less time for the option to become profitable. That remaining time has value. As time passes, that value slowly disappears. For example, if your option is worth $3 today and its theta is minus 5 cents, it may be worth around $2.95 tomorrow, even if the share price hasn't moved. Time decay speeds up as expiration approaches. That's why time is usually working against option buyers. The third Greek is Vega. As we explained in our previous video, volatility measures how much investors expect a share price to move. Vega measures how sensitive an option is to changes in that volatility. Imagine two companies. One has a very stable share price. The other regularly moves several dollars each day. Which company do you think investors would pay more to ensure using an option? Usually the more unpredictable company. That's because higher volatility generally makes options more valuable. If volatility falls, option prices often fall too, even if the share price hardly moves. The final Greek is gamma. Gamma measures how quickly delta changes. Think of delta as the speed of a car. Gamma is the acceleration. Earlier, our option had a delta of 0.60. If the share price continues rising, delta may increase as well. Gamma simply measures how quickly that change happens. For most beginners, that's all you need to remember. Delta changes. Gamma measures how quickly it changes. Let's put everything together. Delta measures how your option reacts to movements in the share price. Theta measures the effect of time passing. Vega measures changes in market volatility. Gamma measures how quickly delta changes. Every option is affected by all four at the same time. The Greeks don't predict the future. They simply help explain why an option's price changes. Once you understand these four measurements, options become much easier to understand. Let's quickly recap. Delta measures share price movement. Theta measures time decay. Vega measures changes in volatility. Gamma measures changes in delta. You don't need complicated formulas to understand the Greeks. Simply knowing what each one measures will help you better understand how options behave and make you a more informed investor. If you found this video useful, please consider subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it really helps the channel reach more people who want to learn about investing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.